Hi, I like toast. So it's no surprise I have a Sunbeam Radiant Control toaster. And we're going to do a video about toasters. This isn't scripted. I really didn't rehearse this. I don't want to say fixing because these things don't need a lot of fixing, but just sprucing up this old toaster here. And I wanted to share a little bit with you because these are iconic toasters. They're really cool toasters, the way they work. I have a lot of, although I never had one growing up, I have a lot of memories of it because I really like the Brave Little Toaster, and this is the Brave Little Toaster for all the purposes in the world. But I mean, these are really, really classic toasters and really unique toasters when you think about it. Sunbeam made these from the 40s to 1997. A lot of the information I learned about this machine I got from automaticbeyondbelief.org. You know it's good because it's .org. It's a website that can help you date your toasters, get a lot of information about it. And it's where I learned this one was actually from the mid-70s. I thought it was a much later model, but I was able to look at the front and go to their aging guide on it. But let's talk about what makes this toaster unique. Other than the fact that it looks really sharp in chrome, and you can not only make your toast, but get ready in the morning. You can shave in this. It is that mirrored finish. And I didn't even polish this up yet, but I will. But you have a really nice shiny surface, just really looks Art Deco. Nice Bakelite bottom. This one has a nice slide on the front to pick how light or dark your toast. Some models will have that off on the side. But the best thing about it is it's automatic. As you can tell from the website, automatic beyond belief. So what do I mean by that? Well, once you put your toast in, it takes over the rest. There's no sliding down. There's no timer. It works itself. And I'm going to read an excerpt from the website, Wow, We Toast, and it'll explain a little bit how it works. So I'm going to be using 2 pieces of toast. So I put one in the non-single slice slot, and then watch what happens when I put my other one in. Watch, no tricks, nothing up my sleeve. Put it on. If I turn the power strip on, it would work. Safety first, kids. Well, don't go down yet. Don't go down yet. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so it's going through a quick cycle. Sometimes when you plug the toaster in, even with nothing in it, it just lowers, kind of spoiling it because it lowers automatic. So I'm going to wait until the carriage fully returns to the top. Man, it's like we're doing live. Okay, so we're going to try this again. There are, like most toasters, we got 2 slots in the one. We have this one labeled 1 slice, and there's no label over here. So if you wanted to do 2 slices of toast, you put one in the non-1 slice side, then you put the other one in. Now it's going to work, right? Everything's plugged in. Yeah, watch. There we go. So it lowers automatic. It's going to cook it to right where I want my toast. But it does it all by itself. While this is toasting, I'm going to read from the website here. Inside, the Radiant Control thermostat monitors the heat radiated, not conducted, from the outer surface of the bread, which is directly proportional to its color change. No timers, the toast is raised only when it is properly toasted. No sooner, no later. Properly toasted by my dial down here. That's a bimetallic strip in there. So when the thermostat opens, the element cools and the center element wire contracts. Very small movement. There's a bunch of linkage. It says it multiplies at about 175 times, which is sufficient enough to raise the carriage. This is all very analog, very mechanical in here, and it's beautiful the way it works. I mean, outside of that, outside of the linkage, the bimetallic strip, it's just a toaster. There's heating elements in there. It is toasting the bread, making it toast, because you don't put toast in a toaster. But then when it gets to the point of I want, and when you get one of these, you mess around to figure out what setting you want. But when it gets to the correct toastage, the correct toastage based on the heat radiated off of the slice of bread, then it'll rise. And it should rise almost any second now if I timed this correctly, which, given how successful I was at doing this in the first place, I probably didn't. So if there's an awkward editing cut, that's why. And now, you might have heard it, it clicked off, and the toast magically rises out of it all by itself, slowly, gracefully, majestically, you might say. It doesn't fly the toast all over the place like some $14 toaster from Walmart. And there you have it. In my mind, perfectly toasted toast. Because of how precise this is, no matter the darkness level you prefer, what I like about this toaster is the bread still retains a little bit of moisture inside. I'm not a toaster snob, let's be clear on that, but I've yet to find another toaster that works this well. I mean, it's great. It looks good. It operates great. When you have people over your house, they see this, they love it, they want to talk about it. My wife hates it, but that's beside the point. But it's a really great machine. It's just really good. Doing a video. Can't eat toast anymore. Every toaster should work like this. I understand why they don't. It's complicated. Well, it's not complicated, but it's more expensive to make. There is linkage in there that you can, buy quantity of scale, manufacture a lot cheaper at a lower price point for the consumer, increase your profit, and all that good business stuff. These are really a relic of a time gone by. But the biggest selling point for this is going to last you forever. Like I said, this is from the 70s. I haven't had to do anything to it other than some cleaning. And this is where I want to get a little bit into the resale market with these. Because whether you find one on eBay or at a yard sale or your aunt's basement, they might need cleaned at least. Let's take a look on eBay and see where they are right now. So if you look on eBay, prices can be all over the place, but if you hold out or you send some best offers, you can definitely get one of these machines for less than $60 US. I got mine for much less because it was listed at an exorbitant price, and I sent a couple best offers, and the seller knew she wasn't going to move it. But whether you get it off eBay or you get it from a garage or wherever, it will likely work, but it'll need cleaned. That bimetallic strip that senses the radiant heat, that's going to get dirty over time. People don't really clean the inside of their toasters because you're not supposed to stick your fingers in the toaster like that. That's bad and dangerous. So what I found and what a lot of other people have recommended is take the toaster apart, right? There's 5 screws on the bottom. You can easily get to it. Remove the power cord. You're probably going to want to replace it with a modern, safer cord. Take everything off and then throw it in the dishwasher. Sounds crazy, but throw it in there with an old motherboard you're going to wash anyway. The dishwasher and the dishwashing detergent does an amazing job at the chrome. Really makes it shine. But because of the jets, because of the temperature, because of everything else going on inside your washing machine, it cleans the inside out. I've had this for a couple years. When I initially bought it, it was disgusting. It was probably never cleaned at 25, 30 years at that point. Threw it in the washer. It looked like new, and it worked great. And then, with some moves and everything, it got, dinged up, banged up a little bit. And it wasn't toasting perfectly. Sometimes it would never turn off, but it worked, right? The bread would go in, it would turn on for an extremely long time, and then burnt toast would come out. So I knew everything was working, but that bimetallic strip wasn't sensing the radiant heat correctly. So again, took it apart, threw it in the dishwasher, and it works like new. They just don't make them like this anymore. And hey, you know what? I get it, right? You might not want to spend, 50, 60, even more for one of these. Although you can probably get a good deal every once in a while and get it dirt cheap. But toasters anymore, like a lot of things manufactured today, are disposable. You buy a sub $20 toaster. If you get a couple years out of it, great. Throw it away, go get a new one from Walmart. But is that really the best thing to do? Do we really want to be in this throwaway society? Or, do you want a piece of equipment that's going to last you for an incredibly long time? Mid 70s. It's still working today. It's still making toast just as delicious as it would have, and just like all the other ones going back to the 50s that Sunbeam has made. I see it as a way of conservation, being green, I guess. But I'm never going to have to replace this. And it's incredibly easy to fix if I have to. So I think I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want to ramble too long on about these toasters. There are better videos out there. Technology Connections, one of the best videos in my mind. He made 2 videos on these toasters. There's a lot of information out there. So there's really nothing that I could do to convey in another way to share information about these toasters that isn't already put out there. And I certainly don't want to duplicate information. I just want to say I love this toaster. It is my brave little toaster making me toast every morning for breakfast. And if you like toast as much as me, or if you just want a really, really cool appliance in your kitchen, I can't recommend these enough. If you can get it for a decent price, clean it up a little bit, it's going to work. And it's going to last you for a really long time. And I don't know how long I've been doing this video yet, but it's probably longer than you want to hear somebody ramble on about toasters, and I'm going to eat some toast. If you like what we're doing here at Retro Tech or Die, like, subscribe, tell your friends. We'll catch you next time.